Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to the Warsaw Unification once again, where today it's time for the Praetorian Guard, apparently. Yes, so I played this game the other day. It's not actually in my list. Like, I can't remember who the next person was supposed to be, or the next faction was supposed to be, but it's not the Praetorians. But I played an 8-player game, and I wanted to stick it on the channel, because I don't have that many 8-player games. 8-player games are possible with Unification, but you have to make massive sacrifices, depending on the setup you want to run. Having 8 factions is asking for trouble, unless you're running no pre-cache, and then the models look jank, so I'm not really a fan of that. However, if you double up or triple up, or even in my case quadruple up on races, you can run 8-player games just fine. My specific settings I'm running are on the screen now for approximately 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So yeah, it's possible. It's just you have to make some concessions because of the age of the engine. I mean, technically, even if you just had the vanilla races, then yeah, it still runs the risk of RAM crashing because the engine is just of its time, shall we say. Alright. So, in the south east, I think. Yes, east. Is me as the Praetorians. Then, in the south, southwest, and west, we have more Praetorians. I did not turn the fog of war off. There we go. In the west... no, that's the east, Caldaris. In the east, we have bugs. In the...
His insectoid rivals are here. We could use the same on our leaders.
Yes, indeed. Yes, in the... Shut up! In the northeast is more bugs. And in the north, we have more. And in the northwest, we have even more. So, to start our game off, we are going to be getting aggressive with some irregulars and regulars. Taking on some gene stealers here. Unfortunately, gene stealers have a tendency to run up and start slapping you, which regulars and irregulars don't tend to deal too well with. Praetorians are not known for their tankiness, individually. So, yes, getting slapped around by gene stealers is not really good for their health. Meanwhile, over here, a brood lord is deciding to come down from the nest. And he seems to have his sights very much fixated on the orc encampment, or the blood axe encampment. Yes, this bundle of sticks and leather and stuff very much offends his eyesight. Our ally has come to assist us with a single colonel.
We could use the same on our leaders.
Snuff boxes away and women to the rear, gentlemen. We have a war to attend.
We do indeed.
The Palm the Major, his insectoid rivals are here.
And
Same
there,
on our leaders.
a brood lord. A very unhappy brood lord who doesn't like being shot, funnily enough. This is yeah, it is Colonel, yeah. I thought I misranked him. Camera. Unfortunately, as much as my ally has sent one unit to assist me, the Tyranids have sent all their units to assist their ally. Yeah, that's a few Tyranids, but luckily we have a lot of guns. Unfortunately, it's not enough to deal with all these Tyranids, especially as some gene stealers come in from the rear, which very much didn't help our firing line. I'm not sure what this guy's doing. He Seemed to take a little bit of a detour in his retreat. Is anything interesting going on over there? Not really. There is a fight going on here, however. There's just some irregulars versus some Hormigons. Nothing majorly interesting. Tyranids are gonna try and push up the ramp, but we are waiting for them. And yes, I actually used my ability to increase the accuracy of the irregulars here. We also have some allied Blood Axe Mercs coming in to tank the Broodlord damage. And yeah, he's going to retreat with his hand on fire. Now, unfortunately, I didn't play very well this game, so you'll see a lot of errors. Not including this. That's my ally. For some reason, he decided to send his labourers in to fight the Tyranids. Now, I'm not entirely sure why. This isn't the penal legions. We don't send the convicts to the front. But hey ho, what can you do? That's a lot of nids. If only we had flamers. Because, you know, it's not like I built a thing earlier, specifically to get, like, heavy weapons. Then just didn't get heavy weapons. Unfortunately, well, he's gone to space. Unfortunately, this map is very limited on requisition points and such. You find yourself running out very, very quickly until you're able to take out some of the enemies. Whee! Just yeets them into space before getting murdered himself. What a shame. Yeah, some of our allies there. And yes, you may have heard earlier, we also got some bomb squigs. I was intending to use them as like AoE sort of thing, but yeah. By the time I got them down the ramp, the majority of the swarm had already been killed off or run away. And it's of course time to start dealing with the Hive Spire. Unfortunately, my allies on the other side are not faring quite so well. They are under attack by two Tyranid factions. We've got the ones from, I think, is that a Firefin? Yeah, we got these ones and we got these ones. The sort of ready ones as well. Which, they have many guns, they have flamers, but it is not enough, sadly, to deal with the swarms of Tyranids that are coming towards them. Maybe some grenade launchers would have helped them out a little bit. One of my allies is trying to assist, but generally not able to do much, especially as they only sent in one squad, maybe two at most. So yeah, this particular group of Praetorians are not long for this world. Now, as you saw or may have heard, the first group of Tyranids is down. Yes, rather than going and helping my ally, I decided that it was best to just push as far as possible. I mean, okay, my ally may die, but if my troops take out an enemy as well, then it's still an even playing field, as far as I'm concerned. Broodlord once again trying to get some slaps in. The Gene Stealers. And it's the Tyranid just doing his old wrestling routine on the on a poor regular there. My allies did decide to just run through here for some reason. It looks like they're trying to consolidate their forces, but unfortunately they picked a very bad way to go. Luckily, the Tyranids are not very good at slapping on the move, so yeah. Now, what my ally could have done is actually just gone in from the back and assisted me here. but instead their attention was distracted by something else, namely this single spore chimney. By the looks of things. So yes, I got a little bit pushed back, which is not the end of the world because this area is kind of choke pointy. So yeah, it's, and there's my ally gone. Tyranid swarm. Well, not the Tyranid swarm, but a swarm of Tyranids. Oh, they're jumping about. They're so happy. Boing, boing, boing. They're basically like miniature angry kangaroos. Sucks to be that, squad. Well, luckily for them, the one group of the Tyranids decided to split off and head in this direction. Through the middle of the map. Meanwhile, over here, I'm losing control of the camera again, and I am pushing into this single spore chimney. God, I have to be so careful with the controls, I really do. Yeah. I've recorded this already, but I kept alt-tabbing because my my control to turn the actual camera or the UI on and off is Shift and Tab, and the camera rotate thing for now is Alt. So as you can imagine, yes, that causes a lot of alt-tabbing when I'm doing this sort of thing. Anyway, yeah, the Tyranids have decided to start running through the middle of the map. Some of my allies' bomb squigs there decided to blow themselves up on a few termagants. Some more spine gaunts coming in over here. They were not very happy that this location was captured, so they are going to try and take that back. I'm trying to set up a forward position over here. But unfortunately, we have a Tyranid infestation coming in. In they come. Yes, I've still got my bomb squigs there. Oh, they're cute. They're adorable. Unfortunately, my their ally decided to come in at the same time. So yeah, that's quite a lot of Tyranids for me to deal with with my current loadout. Because once again, I have not upgraded a single unit with heavy weapons. Instead, I brought a mortar. Ooh. This, as it turns out, was not really going to help us here. And a bugler in the background. Yes, I did get a bugler, but unfortunately he got murdered. Which is pretty much what happened to most of my my units here. Imagine that when the Broodlord did that sink kill and he threw the guy, it actually did damage and knocked down. That would be kind of amusing. So yeah, this is not the best situation I've ever been in. Lot of Nids coming in. Luckily, I have also got a Chimera, which has a heavy flamer on it now. I did actually upgrade a heavy weapon. Alright. Yes, the Broodlord. Desperately trying to slap it about, but unfortunately, yeah, punching a armored vehicle is not really necessarily going to work as well as you hope. Even for Tyranids that have, like, supposedly, like, super hard claws that can just rip through anything. Not in an RTS game, anyway. Bye-bye, Broodlord. While this is going on, unfortunately, something I did not notice, in-game anyway, is this. One of the other Tyranid enemies had pushed into what's effectively the outside of my base, taken out my first strategic point, and was now pushing into my base. What's my reaction to this? Well, I'm gonna load up the troops and move out. That's right, I'm actually using transports as transports. One step forwards in my Dow abilities, and, well, given my lack of heavy weapons on most of my squads, 2 steps back. Tyranids are indeed sort of ruining my day. The labourers are getting chased around by Hormagaunts and Raveners. Raveners did actually receive a nerf in 7.0. And in fact, they also received one in 6.9. But they are still a force to be reckoned with. They're just not as batshit insane as they were in the original. I have actually also got a heavy weapon team. Especially for that suppression, because that suppression is really useful versus a faction that is mostly melee. It is very, very good. And, can you believe it, I actually microed this yesterday. Well, not yesterday, 2 days ago when I played this. So, yes. In the meantime, this point's being reclaimed by my ally rather than me. And they're having a little bit of a fight over here. Just for old time's sake. They've actually got out a chicken walker as well. Chicken walker with an autocannon. That'll bring down the buildings pretty quickly. Pretty quickly in comparison to its usual multi-laser. Splat. But yes, at this point, the Tyranids are very much on the back foot. We own over half the map, so yeah, we are in a fairly good position. You care to join us, Colonel? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we got a mortar team as well, because why not? And it's about time we started pushing into blue and white's base. Jumpy, jumpy. Down go the Tyranids. Oh, he's floating. They're evolving. Abster's been doing work.
Good work, Oak.
Oh, there's a random squad just coming over here. Daka daka daka. There's a fight going on over here, nothing major, just a Broodlord getting shot in the back by an autocannon. It looks like, however, the red and the blue Praetorians have taken exception to this Carnifex chamber that's sort of just sitting here. Now, my question is... It's toggle player, toggle player, toggle player, toggle player. They have over 1,000 requisition, and they do nothing with it. This is what happens when you go up against noobs, effectively. I imagine if they were on harder, then they probably would have just, like, murdered us completely. I imagine they're trying to build something, and because they don't have the influence for it, it's just getting confused. I don't know, third resources, we've, I don't want to say we've, I've mentioned it before, the uni devs have mentioned it before, yeah, the third resources and factions, or the AI specifically, don't tend to go all that well. Well, I'm murdering this, this Tyranid base. Computer 6. Yes, well, they're about to be deep sixed, so how unfortunate for them. Ooh, some warriors have come in. I should really, yeah, get rid of the UI. And not Alt-Tab. Ah, so many flames. Gotta love it. Here we go. AI has got themselves a... not a Screamer Killer, what's that one called? I can't remember. Hellvex, that's the one. Got themselves a Hellvex, and has immediately had to retreat it again because, you know, it's not going to be able to fight all of this. Meanwhile, I have, if I can get my mouse, my view over there. Here we go! I've got myself a Lehman Russ. Specifically, the Tank Commander Lehman Russ. Bernard Haig. There we go. That's his plasma cannons.
What do you require, Praetorian, the Royal Aviator?
Something going on over here. There's a Screamer Killer coming down the ramp, and has immediately been murdered. Some warriors not going to be able to do much. They've got what looks like... is that a Barbed Strangler? Or is that a Venom Cannon? I can't tell. I'm not very good at identifying Tyranid weapons. I mean, they're all generally fleshy. I am taking out this AI over here. Now this one, I seem to remember checking last time, does genuinely have like no resources. Yeah, they're on 200. They've really not done well. Trying to get their Broodlord out. They've lost all their units. They're trying to get some stuff back, but yeah, they're not having a good day. And speaking of not having a good day, nor is this Hive Tyrant. That's the wrong button. Yeah. And down goes the Hive Tyrant. Sucks to be him. And that, I believe, is about the extent of that. I'm pushing in here. You know, it's ironic. Two of these, like, replay commentaries in a row have been against Tyranids. If I'm going to start doing more of these replay commentaries, I'm really going to need to come up with another enemy, aren't I? Alright. So, yeah, that was about the extent of it. God, my throat. And with that, I did not get the top score in anything. This is rude, although it's kind of my own fault. So, for example, in military, I got the, like... I got about half the army size of the person in first place. In resources, I just didn't get much at all. Although, ironically, power gathered was exactly 2,500. And unit upgrades, well, the less said about that, the better. Yeah, and research count 1. God, that takes me back to when I first started playing now. Don't play games at, like, well, close to midnight. You suck more than you usually do. Alright, okay, I'm going to call it today there then. So, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed it. And until next time, hang on a minute, that's not a Praetorian guard. Goodbye.